Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you may be. This is Grimace here on Grimace TV, and I'm bringing you a gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender news stories this week. Alright, so our first news story this week comes out of Iran. As you remember last week, I was talking about how 3 men were hanged for being homosexual. Well, in the aftermath of all of that, Iranian LGBT members have been coming out of the closet in droves and posting videos all over YouTube and other places. There's some links to them below in the news article. They've been coming out and letting people know around the world how they're mistreated in Iran, even though there supposedly is no gay people in Iran. But we all know that that is just a bunch of bull beep. Anyway, yeah, it's really awesome to see them standing up and standing up against tyranny and, making their voices heard. Much props to them, and I wish them the best of luck. Go check out some of their videos and give them some encouragement. Okay, this next story kind of boggles my mind, but not really because it's from the GOP's. State Representative in Oklahoma State, Sally Kern, sorry, I had to make sure I had her name right, has come out telling the world that gay people are more dangerous than terrorists, that we have to worry more about homosexuals than we do about terrorism. She says that the reason this is because terrorism is not something that we have to worry about and not something that's going on a daily basis, whereas homosexuals are something we have to deal with all the time. She goes on to state that the AIDS epidemic, which is caused by homosexuals, has impacted far more lives and killed far more people than terrorism has. Yes, probably the AIDS epidemic has caused a lot of deaths around the world. I don't know if you can blame it solely on gays, especially when you look at the numbers in Africa, China, India, and other places. Definitely is not just homosexuals spreading the AIDS. But what was I going to say? Oh, now I remember. Okay, what I was going to say is that, yes, AIDS has been a major epidemic as well, but if you look at the number of lives that have been lost because of terrorism, it's incredible. You can look at the Twin Towers, all the bombings we hear about in hotels and whatnot around the world, not to mention because of 9/11, the wars that have happened where over 1 million Iraqis have died, not to mention the probably tens of thousands that have died in Afghanistan since the war on terror. So there's a lot of deaths attributed to terrorism, and it's pretty, either way, both are horrible things, and it really one doesn't outweigh the other. They're both horrible and terrible, and this woman's a frickin' douchebag for even saying these kinds of things. Go GOPs. Why don't we make her the next president? Alright, and in news out of my homeland, after a decision by the United Kingdom to allow gay men to donate blood, the Canadian Blood Services has decided, or not decided, it is contemplating that it may loosen the ban on gay men donating blood. I covered this story a couple of years ago on how Harper had decided that gay men could no longer donate organs, and that is still the case in this country, Canada. But they are considering loosening the ban, and I still don't think that what they're proposing is acceptable or tolerable. They're saying that rather than continuing with the ban on any gay man who has had sex with another man since 1977, that they will loosen it, and any gay man who has not had sex with a man in 12 months will be allowed to donate blood. I'm hoping they test this stuff. My impression from the ban is that blood is not tested after it is donated. That's the impression I get, because if it is tested, in my opinion, this is just outright discrimination and needs to be stopped. I'm surprised nobody's taken this to the Supreme Court or anything. And that's the kind of gay it's been. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you soon with more LGBT news stories.